All right, so I'm going to tell this story in reverse, okay? Remember the name Bankole, Bankole, Bankole. All right. In particular, Mr. Bankole. All right. So here's what happened. Today I was subbing for a teacher. His name was Mr. Bankole. All right. And so that happened today. I subbed for his class. Now, last night I was sleeping and I was listening to an audio book from Octavia Butler. Um, I chose that book because yesterday while in class, I found that book on the shelf and I decided to read that book. All right. And I figured, well, I needed a copy of the book and which I didn't have. So I thought I'll just listen to the audio book. And last night was the first night to listen or to read the book. So I listened to the audio book. Too many details. I dig it. Point being, I listened to the audio book last night. Curiously enough, coincidentally, the name Bankole, Bankole was uttered in this book last night. Bankole, Bankole, Bankole. Now, last night is before today. And when I woke up this morning today, I did not know that I would be subbing for Mr. Bankole. But last night, as I was listening to the audio book that I decided to listen to yesterday, um, a character named Bankole was in the book. I had no idea of that, right? Crazy coincidence, right? Whoa. Okay. Now here's something else that's a coincidence. The book that I chose by Octavia Butler, all right, is called The Talent of the Sowers. Sowers, okay? That's wrong. That's completely wrong. It's Parable of the Sowers. Parable of the Sowers. Okay. Now, as I was reading it yesterday, one of the reasons why I decided to read that book yesterday on my birthday, yesterday was my birthday, 10/9, today is 10/10, yesterday was 10/9, is because when I picked up that book and I began reading that book, the foreword of the book, a book can have an introduction, a preface, a foreword, all that kind of stuff. In the foreword, the person who wrote the foreword, they said, this. There were 3 times in their life that they read this particular book. When they were a teenager, when they were in their 20s or 30s or what have you, and then as an adult when they were 46. So when I read that line, I was shocked, I was delighted, and it was an interesting moment of serendipity, moment of synchronicity, because there I was yesterday picking up this book on my birthday, on my 46th birthday at that. So that gave me more of a reason to read the book, right? I was like, oh, I've got to read this book. I got to read it. So that's what happened today and then yesterday. And then what happened the day before that is I was subbing for another teacher and I went into Mr. Bankole's classroom because I did not have a key to another room in the building. And I looked for another teacher who possibly had a key, and I entered Mr. Bankole's room to ask him, hey, can you open the door for me? He said, sure, you can borrow my key or whatever. Now, I had seen Mr. Bankole around campus, I mean, for like years. And when I went in to ask him for that favor to open the door for me or give me his key, I felt ashamed, embarrassed that I didn't know his name. So when I walked in, before asking him for the favor, I looked at a hall pass that had his name on it, Mr. Bankole's class. And I quickly read it. I said, oh, his name is Bankole. I said, Mr. Bankole. So I was saved by this hall pass with his name on it. And then I asked him for the favor, and he granted me, my wish. So that's how it happened. October 8th, October 9th, and October 10th. So let's run this back. I walked into the teacher's room. I didn't remember his name. I saw the hall pass. I didn't remember his name, but I was able to say his name. His name was Bankole. I didn't think anything of it. I asked him for the keys. He gave me the keys. The following day, I'm in the classroom and I pick up this book. I decide to read it. And that day was my 46th birthday. And as I'm reading that book, I discover that the person writing about that book in the foreword talked about reading the book at 46 years old. And I thought, wow, this is perfect timing. So I decide to read the book. Well, that night I buy the audio book for that book. I don't have a physical copy. I listen to the audio book and I go to sleep, but I'm in and out. You know, you wake up some moments, a little osmosis is going on. I'm listening, I'm not listening, I'm aware, I'm not aware, you know. But throughout the night, I keep hearing Bankole, 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 because it's the name of a character in the book. And then I wake up this morning today, that this is the third day, only to find that I am assigned a substitute position to Mr. Bankole's class. Crazy, right? Coincidences. Crazy, crazy stuff. I'm Larry Wiggs. This is IC 109, and I talk about coincidences and things. Thanks for listening.